blessed to have some beautiful people in the studio with me. And can you guess? I know you can't. In my wildest guess, I would not believe that I would be seeing the beautiful Morenike with me. Where's the drums that is rolling? Morenike, welcome to the studio.
Thank
and welcome
you.
to ATM.
Thank you.
How do you feel being here with us?
I feel elated.
Elated, but you're not smiling. Welcome, welcome. And also to my right, maybe to your left, is your very own prestigious Pastor Larry. Can you give Pastor Larry a shout out? Woo! Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much.
You look so good, sir.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so happy to have you, sir. All right, so without further ado, all right, so from Pastor Larry, sir, can you tell us your name, your marital status, that's very, very important, and what you do for a living in real life, and your role in the movie Quagmire?
Well, I happens to be my humble self. Bamidele Shegun Abiona is my name.
Wow.
And I am married.
Married, verily married.
Happily married to
Yes,
the
sir.
glory of God.
Glory to God. Close your eyes, sisters in the Lord.
And you also asked a question. Okay, what
Yes,
I
sir.
do for
What
a
do you do for a
living.
living?
Well, by the grace of God, I happen to be an electrical engineer.
All right, so our dearly beloved sister Morenike Mo, Tabi, what does that your father-in-law call you? Momo. All right, so our Momo.
Yeah.
Can we meet you? Your name, your marital status, and okay, we can see the ring, but we don't know why maybe you're just engaged, you know. And what do you do for a living?
Yeah. Right. Thank you very much. I'm Mrs.
Mrs.
Adegboyega
Take notes.
Esther,
Okay.
and I'm happily married.
Oh.
I'm a visibility strategist. I help businesses come to limelight.
Wow.
I deal more with graphic design and video editing.
Oh, so she's a Texas.
Yeah.
It's not that one that you will change generator from NEPA to Jen and you call yourself Texas. This is the original Texas. Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
So, and I'm also a gospel actress.
Aww. Hey, don't you want to be like Momo? I mean, look at how beautiful she is in person. The thing that Mr. Dad David Odwala showed you. But I didn't know you were this beautiful in real life, really. Okay, so this is to Momo now. How did you feel assuming the character of Morenike in Quagmire? Like being Morenike from Quagmire 1 and season 2. How did you feel coming into Morenike?
Wow. Well, I saw it as a call. When I was called to take up the assignment, it's a spiritual assignment. So, you know, there were 1 or 2 challenges, but, you know, we are called to do the work of God. So I think it turned out okay. I felt really good about it. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. And okay, so my next question for you, Pastor Larry, is I didn't really know how you felt, so that's why I want to ask you how you feel or how you felt then when Brother Mike came to tell you that the Lord told him about somebody, and then all of a sudden the Lord is telling him about somebody again. How did you feel? Like, leave Pastor Larry aside now. As a person, how did you feel at that point? Or if you were to advise somebody in real life, the Lord is leading you from 1 to 2, from that, like, what do you think? Don't you think Pastor Mike, Dr. Mike, whatever his name is confused?
Yeah, I think partly you have answered the question. Now, does that mean that Brother Mike has actually not seen a vision? It's difficult to tell. It is possible he has seen, but it is possible that in the course of seeing his vision, he's a bit confused.
Okay.
And I want to say that looking at the character of Brother Mike, you will discover that there is a way you see him jumping around over the flow of the vision. He was so particular about the vision. He wanted the visions to come before he actually kickstarted the relationship. But even with that, the assurance of the vision becomes an issue for him. So if you ask me, and I'm to answer your question, I will say that what Brother Michael need is to be more attentive. He needs to be calmer. You know, the scripture says that there was a time fire passes and the Lord was not there. There was a time the earthquake came up, the Lord was not there. But the Lord was in a gentle voice. So I feel that Brother Michael, in that context, needs to be calmer. He needs to be more careful. And by so doing, he will hear God clearly. It may not just be enough for people like Brother Michael to hear once and go. You will remember when God was calling unto Samuel, he had. Yes, God was actually calling, sure you know.
Yes, sir.
He had God, but he was going to the wrong place. He went to Eli for like about 3 times or thereabouts, until Eli now gave him that, okay, when God speak, be calm. Yes. And immediately he was that calm, he had God clearly. So for people in the shoe of Brother Michael, if they could be a bit calm, I'm sure that they will hear God clearly.
Clearer. Thank you so much, sir. I actually feel like you should knock that Dr. Michael, whatever his name is. He deserves a knock. So in overall, in the entire movie, sir, from season 1 to 2, how did you feel assuming the role of Pastor Larry? I know that in real life, you are an electrical engineer. So how does it feel assuming the role of a pastor over those confused set of people?
Okay. Maybe I should come in and correct an impression.
Okay, sir.
The life of a man is like a triangle. There is your spiritual aspect of life, there is a vocation aspect of life, and there is a ministerial aspect of life. In all, is still your life. So in other words, it implies that our life is not segmented. So you are an ambassador of Christ even when you are in that area of your vocation. You are an ambassador of Christ probably if you are on the screen. You are an ambassador of Christ even if you are in your family, whatever. Sure, you understand?
Yes, sir.
So it's not until one is a pastor before you can represent God well. But the fact is this. I consider it a privilege to assume that role of Pastor Larry. How I feel about pastoring such set of individuals. I want to say that, number one, it is a privilege to take that role of Pastor Larry, where you are holding such sensitive matters about those related individuals. And you know that when such sensitive matters comes up, people put high level of confidence in you. You will recall that Bishop Oduala will always ask, and he will always ensure, trying to see to the fact that it is confidential to some extent. But I want to say something, that even as a pastor, there are times you feel for your church members. You will see that as Pastor Larry in that film, he actually feel for Morenike to a point that he was asking, are you sure you want to go ahead or not? But the reality of it is that your life is in your hand. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Your life is in your hand. So the choice you make today will either make you to become somebody tomorrow or mar you in a way. So the best that any pastor can do in that state is to keep praying and keep counseling. That's the best that you can do. You can't choose for that person outrightly. So as Pastor Larry in that movie, I also feel for Sister Mo. I also feel for Brother Michael, even for Brother David. But you can't decide for them. You can only pray and counsel them. And I think that's what the script turns out to be.
Thank you so much, sir. Wow. Pastor Larry has started again with all the way he used to dish out truth. So all the Dr. Mikes out there, he says you should calm down. Rest your mind. If not, it will knock you. All right, so more to our Morenike. At what point were you able to eventually enter into character? I mean, we know that Morenike's life has become complicated or had become complicated at some point. And I remember a point where they went to the burial ground, your husband died, and then they got back home and you were speaking with your friend, Bumi. How did you feel at that point, entering into the character of Morenike? You know, there's always a thin line between you as a person and the role. So how did you feel at that point, and how were you able to pull it off?
Thank you. You know, as I've said, it's a spiritual assignment, and I saw it as a spiritual assignment. So I had always been in character, though there were some 1 or 2 challenges. And as I've said, you know, being my first time being on screen, you know, I saw it as a spiritual assignment. So when I was called to do it, I just, you know, acting is a grace, you understand, and sometimes, you know, we are more gifted. So I just, from the onset,
just entered it into character.
Yes.
So what was the most challenging scene for you? Like the most difficult to enter? Like, you know, I know that if we look at some points, you know, you liking David, being confused from the very onset until the point where you heard Daddy. So what was the most challenging scene for you?
I would say the most challenging scene was in season 1. I think we had to go on a break.
Yeah.
And Daddy called me and she was like, have you forgotten? You are not Morenike. You are Mrs. Adebola Esther. You know, as a married woman, it was the scene where after the wedding, when he wanted to consummate the whole... So it was really somehow for me, like, I was like, what is this? This is my first time. So Daddy just called me and he was like, no, go, you are not Morenike, you are acting as Morenike. So I think that was, so far, that was the most challenging.
Wow, wow. You see things you don't know behind the scene. Wow, that's beautiful. And I know that you definitely have a point that was your favorite in the entire movie from season 1 to 2. So would you like to share with us your favorite scene in the movie, sir?
You mean in the whole scene, or does it have to involve Pastor Larry?
No, you don't have to be there.
Okay. If you ask me, I would say the last scene of Quagmire 2.
Okay.
You know, the message is getting to a point that it appears that solution has come up. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, a problem is popping up again. So that is where I actually see challenging. You understand? I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
Viewers out there will be wondering what manner of things that, you know, connotes. And we all look forward for season 3 so that we can see the details
okay.
of what it's all about.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, before we continue, if you were to meet Morenike in real life, what would be your first reaction to her? The first thing you would say to her, would do to her?
Me as a person, while I was also watching the movie, I felt bad for her, you know. Seeing some things that have been happening around us in marriages and, you know, some bad examples of people who entered into wrong hands, I would just pray for her.
Oh, as a
I'll
ministry
pray for
woman.
her. Yes, I'll pray for her, and I would give her 1 or 2 counsel to you know, to stay strong in her marriage. I think that's what I'm going to do.
So you really want her to stay in that marriage?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we're coming back to that. So, Pastor Larry, at one point you were already emotional about Morenike's plight, and you were even trying to advise divorce, or was that separation you were trying to put in, sir?
Okay. Let me make it clearer.
Okay.
As at the time that Pastor Larry was admonishing or encouraging Morenike, Morenike was not yet married then. Yeah.
Are you sure, sir? Because this point I'm talking about, try to remember very well, sir. If you can go back, if you can see that scene where you were saying, okay, she was already back in her parents' house, and you went to advise her. You went to, what do you want to do from here? So low-key, you were suggesting, do you want to go back to your husband's house, or you want to remain in your parents' house?
No, I wasn't suggesting
So what were you trying to do, sir?
I wasn't suggesting that.
Okay.
Now, that suggestion, I will stand by it and say that Pastor Larry actually suggested that, in which I played the role, when she was not yet married. When she was not yet married. At a point when she was being confused, I was asking her in that film that, are you sure you really want to go ahead? You understand? But I wasn't actually suggesting divorce or separation. It's a call to ensure that, are you sure you know what you want to put your head into? Now, as regard the one you talk about, you see, in counseling, you approach it in a not subtle way, but in a soft ground. Now, I was trying to let her see reasons. What do you want to do? Because sometimes people in that state, they are emotionally battered.
Okay.
And they don't want to speak up. So you want to, in a way, get to know what they are considering within them. Okay, are you sure it's option A? Are you sure it's option B? Are you sure it's option C? More or less like you are speaking for them. Not like you are speaking for them per se, but you are like trying to encourage them to speak out. Okay. So when they now speak out, those options they might have given, divorce may be there, staying glue may be there, physical separation for a while may be there, and the likes. You as a pastor, you will now tell them the advantages and disadvantages, and now bring out the best and sell it to them. Then it's also left to them whether they pick it up or not. So in that way, I wasn't, as Pastor Larry in that film, I wasn't suggesting divorce in any way.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I just wanted to, put Pastor Larry in a tight spot, and we got that. All right, so right about now, we are going to be seeing a scene in this movie, Quagmire, and I don't know if you would agree with me. This particular scene is one of my favorites, and I want you to see with me, and I would like to hear what you think about it. So shall we? Kindly let me lend you my screen. Okay. So this is the scene.
But I don't understand why. Why?
I thought you might be hungry.
But I'm sorry, I can't accept it. Professional ethics.
I see. But I insist though.
See, Cordelia, I cannot accept it, and I will not accept it. I'm sorry. So, Cordelia, how is work?
Work is fine. How is work going?
How it runs in this country. Doctors are always overdriven, and no vacation, no rest in between times. Yeah, we are pushing.
Still, no job is easy.
I agree, however. But you see, Cordelia, you have not told me why you are here.
Is it a crime to like you? To want to be with you?
Wait a minute. Were you the one that went to talk to Pastor Larry about me?
I see he told you. Since when has sharing my conviction with my pastor become a crime?
See, I'm sorry, sis. It's not going to work. See, you are like a sister to me.
From this part that we just watched, I am Tim. Tim, who are you? Is it Pastor is it Dr. Mike or Cody? What about you? Who are you supporting here? Cordelia brought gifts for this amiable doctor and he rejected it. How could he? How dare he? And then I know that Pastor Larry spoke to him in confidence. Then he's not asking, were you the one that spoke with Pastor Larry about me? I mean, who are you supporting before I give you, what do we call this thing in debate?
Okay.
Opposing and... Okay, so you are meant to support Dr. Mike and you are meant to support Cody.
Okay,
so,
I am supporting Dr. Mike.
No. I already chose who you will support since you didn't decide on time. Okay, so please tell me, sir.
For the fact that I'm supporting Dr. Mike doesn't mean that I don't have a but in what he did. But for the fact that Dr. Mike rejected the package, I think it has a way of saving him from calamities he might not, think of.
Okay, sir, now, sir, sorry to cut you short. So you mean that I will bring gifts she cooked by herself and brought it to a man, and this man rejected it and is supporting the man? I don't know. What do you think about it, man?
You see, these things happen. It's not new. Cordelia, I think she was too forward. Yeah, she wasn't supposed to do that. It wasn't as if you had any personal cordial relationship with Dr. Mike. Bringing food to his office,
It's to help a brother in need now.
It's wrong, and that's just the truth. It's wrong. As a child of God, we are in the kingdom. We are not supposed to be doing things like the people of the world. So, as a child of God, even if you are in a relationship with someone, there should be limit to some things you do in that relationship. Now, what was her motive? Her motive was actually wrong, and we could see that she was trying to buy her way into Dr. Mike's mind, which is very, very wrong.
Okay, I totally agree with you. And so now we are going to the next segment of this show, and I don't know if you're ready for me. So in this segment, we're going to be asking questions that when you answer them, you get marks for them. So this is a battle line for Team Momo and Team Pastor Larry. So you are standing for all the women in PRODRAM ministries. You're standing for all the men in PRODRAM ministry. Are we ready? So the battle line has been drawn. So what word is this?
Mutiny.
Okay, so the correct pronunciation for the word M-U-T-I-N-I is mutiny. So is this not where I meant to clap for me? You both tried, so I'm going to give them like half marks. Yeah, you tried. So who can tell me what mutiny means? Like just a contextual meaning of mutiny.
Yeah, I think I came across the word when I was on set.
Okay.
It was a bit new, and I was like, how do I pronounce this word? Thanks to the team, and they were, correcting me on how to pronounce the word. Okay. And I asked, what's the meaning? And they said it was like somebody disrupting, what is it called? Disrupting, sorry.
You can do it. I'm rooting for you. Okay, but sorry, dear, to support me.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so we won. Actually, we won.
The reason is the word is embedded in our lines. So I leave it to her to answer.
Okay, so I'm going to help you. You actually heard like disrupting something, destroying or disintegrating it in a very large quantity or amount. So let's give it up to Team Women in PRODRAM Ministries. Okay, so the next thing is ta-da! You can't see this.
Quagmire.
Okay, quagmire.
So what does quagmire mean? Anybody?
I think it's a turbulence, something that is troubled.
Do you want to add something?
Like you are coming out of I'm trying to use a scenario to describe it. I may not be able to give that. You are like with what he said, like you are coming out of a mild clay finding it difficult to come out. So turbulence passes. But I must confess that I'm meeting this word for the very first time on set.
Oh, wow.
Quagmire. In fact, I find it very difficult to pronounce. So people helped me by asking me to pronounce admire. So that once I pronounce admire, then I will find it easier to pronounce it.
Okay. So you've both done well. And anyways, I would like to help you and contribute to your answers. Quagmire is an hazardous situation or a difficult situation, a complicated or complex situation. So at this point, I'm meant to give you my flowers for helping you out. All right. So my next question is, who said what? So I'm going to read out the question, and then you tell me who said that statement and to whom it was said.
Okay.
Are we ready? Okay. And you have to answer in 3 seconds. I think that's how it's going to be. All right. So the first statement. All right, the first statement. It is better to wait and marry right. You don't want to wait this long and still miss it. Who said this? And to whom was it said? Your time starts now.
Sorry, please come again.
Okay. Do you want to attempt it, sir?
Yes, I'm finding it difficult to...
Okay.
Is it coming from Pastor Wright or coming from Pastor Larry?
I don't know about that. I'm just sorry about that. It is better to wait and marry right.
Okay.
You don't want to wait this long and still miss it. Who said this and to whom was it said?
I would say probably Pastor Larry.
Probably, or
yes,
no, we need to be sure. In this situation, we need to be sure.
Okay, let's say Pastor Larry to Brother Mike.
Let's say all you are saying, sir.
Okay.
Ma, this is your opportunity to win this, this question.
Okay, I am saying.
Okay, so
I think it's Pastor Larry to Brother Mike.
You think? You are not sure.
Okay.
So who has the final answer?
Pastor Larry to Brother Mike.
Okay, correct. You're both correct. Actually, please. You both got it. Okay, so this one. Whatever business you have with her, you have with me. Like, whatever business you have with her, you have with me.
That was David.
Oh, glory. That was so fast. Okay, that was actually so fast. I wasn't expecting you. So can we clap for them? They've done well in this segment of the show. Okay. All right, and with this, we have come to the end of the show for today. And I know that you've had a wonderful time with my beautiful guests. I mean, what an experience. So before we call it a day, I'd like to know what you have for our viewers out there. Momo, what would you like to say to our viewers?
I'd just like to encourage every viewer out there to stay glued to their screen, keep watching husband and wife series, especially the singles. God bless you.
Amen.
Okay, let me build on what my sisters talked about and inviting viewers out there, both singles and married, to keep watching husband and wife series on Ayobami Adegboyega Gospel TV. It's going to be a blessing to your life. Please encourage people to join. God bless you.
Thank you so much. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching ATM today, and I hope it was fun and educative for you. Do you have any question for any of our guests? Kindly drop in the comment section below. See you next time. Same channel. Don't touch the dial. Bye.